Hello everybody and welcome to a black screen. Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 16, Week 5. Today, we're taking a look at the Cranberry Sprite team, taking on the Cryptic team, which used to be the Matty Boy team, but unfortunately he had a horrible incident and is no longer around on weekends. With me here today is once again Gotham. That's
Hello?
usually when you say something. There we go. Immediately, Cranberry Sprite taking the bans to Cryptic. Immediately, Cryptic, well, Rada, I guess, taking the bans to, notably, Holiday 1999, which is an interesting strategy here.
Hey everybody, it's Gotham here. Sorry, I was disconnected. Hey, Rada's new to this team, right?
Yeah, replaced Matty Boy. It's his second week.
Alright. That's a mid Sand King, I'm gonna guess.
Could be.
Based on Auto VB's hero pool.
Yeah, historically, there have been a couple of weeks where the Sand King was not banned out, and this is the first time where it hasn't been banned out against his team, and it's actually been picked, which is a Christmas miracle. The Rada team picking up the Dawnbreaker first. That's probably, well, it's a Cryptic team, but Rada's picking. It's probably for Rada himself. More than likely. It is hypothetically possible to flex that off, but I don't think any of these other guys really play that hero, so most likely just going to be Rada. It is interesting, I actually do think the Dawnbreaker is good against both of these heroes. Just being able to, you know, just drop the ult. Being able to ult to get out against these guys is very nice. Being able to ult on top of somebody's head when they are being targeted by these guys is quite nice as well. It's very much a luxury. And of course you also have relatively easy access to a relatively nice magic immunity ability. Which, you know, who's going to say no to that, right?
See, I'm just trying to figure out, like, what they pair the Dawnbreaker with. Are they going for some sort of global strat where we're going to see a Spirit Breaker picked up? Or a Zeus?
Well, it could be a Dawnbreaker plus a Crystal Maiden.
It could be.
It's an interesting... these two obviously don't really combo much together. Dawnbreaker can ult into where CM is ulting and just make things worse in that light, or, you know, similar things, but... For the most part, it's mostly just kind of a convenient thing for Dawnbreaker to have around, a stun that's not you, and the mana regen. Cranberry Sprite bans out Huskar because Cranberry Sprite doesn't want to see somebody beat up small camps as Huskar for another week. Cryptic lineup, getting rid of the Coffee Cap Bloodseeker, getting rid of Silencer, interestingly enough, don't want to ruin the Dawnbreaker. Which, by the way, good ban, by the way, on the Nyx Assassin, which is both a Holiday 1999 mainstay that he's playing a lot of recently, as well as being a very harsh counter to both of these heroes that are already in the draft. So, good ban there. Storm Spear knocked out.
I know Holiday also plays a lot of Spirit Breaker, and with a CM in the game, that's a pretty easy pickup. I think for the Fuck Harmers to make here, especially if that's a mid Sand King with BOTs, they'll want to be all over the map.
Yeah, presumably. The downside is that they do have kind of a counter global force to that. You know, probably not going to be saving CM, but it's like if you have the Spirit Breaker and the Sand King traveling somewhere, you do have the instant response capability from the Dawnbreaker to help put that out a little bit.
Oh, you know what's... Maybe they're going... maybe they're doing a Chrono strat here? Right? You can pair the...
10 seconds remaining.
Like, obviously CM ulti's good into Chrono. Dawnbreaker can ulti onto the Chrono.
Could be.
Dire team pick.
It is a hero that Meth plays. Wow, Maniac finally gets to play Skywrath Mage. Oh wait, he's not on that team. First Skywrath of the season, I believe.
We ran out week 1?
Second Skywrath of the season, I believe.
I think it might be the first or the second.
5 seconds remaining.
So auto team probably looking for something like a Legion Commander with their next pick.
Could be. I can
Or
tell
they
you
want
this
something
much.
that'll hold down for the Skywrath ult.
This is an awesome... Though, again, you're going to have the Dawnbreaker. It's going to be ruined that a little bit. This is an awesome time for any kind of magic immunity-based cores. This is an awesome time for any magic resistance-based cores. If you hate magic damage, now is your time to shine if you're on the Cryptic team. That's just 3 guys who don't do anything but that. If you pull out a Lifestealer or a Juggernaut here, that's half the team that basically doesn't have anything to worry about. Gonna bring out the Windrunner instead, which is the exact opposite of what I was just talking about.
Yeah, 2 pretty toilet paper heroes.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I'm not down with the Windrunner in this game, to be honest with you. The Timbersaw is probably fine. He's definitely gonna... It means Rada's not playing the Dawnbreaker, interestingly. Timbersaw is probably okay. Oh, that could be a mid, I guess. Probably okay, but he's definitely going to have to build a lot of magic resist very quickly.
10 seconds remaining.
A lot of magic immunity very quickly. I mean, look at all this magic
5
damage.
seconds remaining.
Never,
So now I'm not... Sorry, go ahead.
never has there ever been a game where you need Lotus Orb more than in this one.
Now I'm wondering if they go off lane Sand King and then go like mid Slark,
Good.
who can get on top of the Wind Ranger.
I don't like the Windrunner pick here at all. It's like,
Dire team
Windrunner's big thing is, okay, Beastmaster, that's interesting. Windrunner's big thing is, you know, Windrunner's pretty hard to get with those right clicks. Windrunner is pretty hard to get by right clicking on her. And yet, they picked her into 3 gigantic magic nukes that she hates to deal with. And then Beastmaster came out as well, which isn't exactly something she wants to see either.
Yeah, Wind Ranger wants to just go like get Ags. I don't really think the hero wants to buy BKB as part of her kit.
No, yeah, she's got to do it here.
Radiant team ban.
And this is going to be one of these situations where that BKB change, oh, they must have been thinking about that Slark pick. That BKB change is definitely going to matter as well. There's definitely going to be fights where Windrunner hits BKB, but the magic damage that comes out is so intense, she's going to have to just still retreat anyway. Gyro Ranger coming out, banned.
You know, it's interesting that they picked the Beastmaster when there's a CM who kills every boar with a W.
It's very
That might not
sad.
have been thought through.
I assume this is mostly just picked for the drums. No Void. Well, looks like there goes your Chronosphere theory.
There goes my Chronosphere theory.
Which is interesting. I actually think Void would be really good for them here. They have a lot to throw into the Chrono, and he ignores like 90% of what the Magic Damage Club does.
10 seconds
Just
remaining.
because they're not usually gonna... Like, Sand King's not gonna want to ult into a Chronosphere. That's just suicide with Timbersaw with a CM Dawn on the other team.
I mean, you just go Wraith King here. You know, survive, take all the burst damage, and then second life kill them all.
That's true. It
'Cause they
worked out
want-
really well for you this week, too.
Oh, I don't even remember. Game was over so fast.
Dire team pick.
No Ursa. Very strange. See what they're going with instead. Seems like most of the really nice pause ones they could have possibly picked in this place are gone.
10 seconds remaining.
Does Cryptid play Wind Ranger, or is this probably a P1?
5
Core in
seconds
some
remaining.
capacity.
Radiant team pick.
Notably, there's Monkey King. Okay, Meth Monkey King. I'm not the biggest fan of it in this scenario. This is something that this Cryptic team has done before as well, and
You may now select
Seattle
your
Juggernaut,
heroes.
presumably? This is something this Cryptic team has done before, and I'm not down with it. They keep picking these, like... These heroes, like Monkey King, wants people who are able to hold people in the big circle, and so does CM, and Timbersaw kinda arguably wants you to be CC'd down as well. They have 2 stuns on this entire team. I guess 3 counting the Dawnbreaker roll, but that's not much of a stun. 4 if you count the Q, but again, not much of a stun. You're not they're gonna have problems actually keeping guys in the big Monkey King circles. They're gonna have problems keeping people in the Chakra and keeping people in the CMO. Whereas the Cranberry Sprite team has no such issues of any kind. Like, they are fine taking a fight as they are.
I don't see how the Imagined Dagons here start a fight. They don't really have a clear-cut initiator.
I mean, they just have Dawnbreaker jump on it, which is sad because you really don't want to use Dawnbreaker in that capacity, but that's
No, that's counter initiation, right?
I mean, it's better as counter initiation, but I mean, it's what you got here. You know what I mean? If you, Otto von Bismarck is in this game, so we're going to be talking a little bit about that realpolitik. The realpolitik is they have one way in a fight, and that's it. I mean, I guess at the very least, heroes like Timbersaw, Monkey King, the Windrunner are going to be able to get in anyway. Hook or crook. They don't really need a big, dramatic way to get in. Check it out,
Well,
Katie lives.
Whoever the first in is probably on the receiving end of a lot of the burst, right?
Yeah, more than likely. Which means that in most cases, you're going to want it to be Timbersaw, or you're going to want it to be the Dawnbreaker, yeah. Because originally these two are going to be the best kit to actually survive these things.
Sorry.
And it is indeed mid-timber. Carp's been practicing that quite a bit recently. Has been talking to me about it in both a 2 and 3 capacity, and when he's been talking about it in a 3 capacity, I've been roasting him a lot. Not that I would know anything about Pause 3 Timbersaw, right, Gotham?
I don't even remember. It was so long ago. At my age, I don't remember. I don't remember too much.
Me neither.
30 seconds to battle.
All I remember is that I'm undefeated this season.
Interesting posturing.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to bait the Dire out into a fight here. It's not actually going to get taken. And as a result,
they're gonna lose their ward.
Yeah, they're going to lose ward. They're going to lose rune. They're going to get tipped. As Culture wins the right-click contest against Coffee Cat. 3 for 1 for runes. Carp is going to be walking into this lane very low. And Monkey King had to level his Q level 1 to stop him from dying, which is 2 unfortunate things, but that's just the way things go. Not the worst situation in the world. Spaz has one last hit because he killed an observer ward. And Sand King is gone. And 2 people tried to pause at the same time, so
Wait, so this is a P3 Wind Ranger.
Yep.
All right.
It is interesting.
It is what it is, I guess. I can see how it's a good response to the Witch Doctor come level 6. You're not so much worried about the Death Ward.
Yeah, it's a good answer to the Jug in this lane, but I feel like outside of the Death Ward, it's not going to be very happy against the Witch Doctor. It's going to be potentially some nasty situations with, Maledict, Coconut, and Spin, which is going to be hard to deal with.
Whoa, look at it go!
I mean, unless he just throws a Coconut that doesn't bounce at all and then dies at level 1, that could also happen. Never mind, he's living. Alright, now it's time for everyone's favorite part of the cast, the roll call. For Team Cranberry Sprite, pause 1 on the Juggernaut. You've got Mr. Most Improved. Oh, no, he is dead. Never mind. You got Mr. Most Improved Coffee Cat. Pause 2 on the Sand King. You've got Otto von Bismarck, who is in a lane that's going to make Timbersaw cry. It really sucks to be him. Pause 3, you've got Cranberry Sprite, captain of the team, on the Beastmaster. Pause 4, Holiday 1999 on the Skyrath Mage. Really in a trade here, which we're going to watch out before we finish this roll call, because it does look like not everyone's... No, we are going to have a kill here, potentially. Oh, he's so low. Oh, he's so dead, okay. And pause 5.
Great kill by Cranberry Spit there.
It's true. Pause 5, you've got Spaz, is a Spaz, still rocking his Defense of the Flat Earther colors on the Witch Doctor. Meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, Oh, man! Oh, the CM's so very low. Monkey King going in deep to make sure that she doesn't get punished for her insolence. He is going to lose a load of health for this, though, as Skyrath positions himself very awkwardly, so Monkey King has to eat creeps. On Team Cryptic, pause 1, you've got Meth, who is currently known as Auto V British. Pause 2, you've got Warcarp on the Timbersaw. Pause 3, you've got Rada G Gast, who is the permanent full-time stand-in for this team, who is replacing Matty Boy on the Windrunner. Pause 4, a Sculpture 3 on the Dawnbreaker. And pause 5, you've got captain of the team Cryptic, currently known as Cranberry Spit, on the Crystal Maiden.
More like Cranberry Rip.
Yeah, Cranberry, rest in peace.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, Holiday might be joining him. Nope! Axe is coming out there. Very awkward time.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Gonna put down the Monkey King, get a double in this lane. You know, I gotta say, I don't like this Monkey King for a lot of reasons, but one of them is this Beastmaster. You know, I said before, Monkey King is one of these guys where it's like, you know, his biggest advantage is that he's got a rotten lane. Like, not for him, he's got a rotten lane for the other guys. There are not many pause 3s who really want to see a Monkey King in their lane. Most of them hate this dude. Beastmaster, not one of them, not on the list. Good body blocking here by Cryptic. Oh, swinging a miss on that Q.
I think they still got him here.
Yeah, they got him. And they got
That
him
was,
too.
I think that was really well thought out and executed. You know, they're staring at their gray screen and just decided, hey, when we get back up, the Skyrath's not there. Let's just go kill him.
Yep. Skyrath Mage took his sweet time, which is a good kill and is going to be a good feather in your cap in a lane like this. But the Beastmaster in this lane in a more fair scenario is just not good for the Monkey King. Being able to throw the axes, clear out trees as you like, being able to slow him with a boar, being able to kill Rada in the off lane. This just what I thought it was. Oh no, okay, yeah, they just maledicted and spend, and the Windrunner was no more.
What the herald was that?
And then as
Dire doesn't really have a way to stop that at all either.
Nope.
Oh no.
Feels all familiar, does it?
I have a bad feeling that Dawnbreaker's getting. Oh, I was gonna say Dawnbreaker's getting a soul ring, but Dawnbreaker's 4.
Yep. Gonna be getting a holy locket instead. Timbersaw might be getting a soul ring. But I think I already told him why that's a bad idea before this happened. Do you know why that's a bad idea?
Why is it a bad idea?
Because the actual amount of mana you get is really pathetic, and statistically, most of the other big mana regen items or intelligence items that you can build at this point of the game, your, by the way, Rip Math, your Null Talisman, your Ring of Basilius, even your, he's like faking like he's gonna take the Twin Gate, that'll show him. Even your, I was gonna say another one, but it's slipped my mind. But even things like raindrops, for the most part, are just gonna be the same mana efficiency as you get with the Soul Ring. Just it won't blow up your HP pool, and this is the more important part. Nor will the mana be temporary, which is very nice.
I feel like Monkey didn't bring any regen back to the lane.
You feel correct because you're looking at his inventory right now.
Yep.
Yeah, but on the CM at least, CM's got at least a Sav on her, so there's that. Yeah, as mentioned earlier, this is one of those few hard lanes.
Oh, they got her here.
Cranberry is.
I think that this is a dead Beastmaster. Easy.
Yep.
Yep.
Stuck around a little long there at a little low of HP. We have a Dawnbreaker run in here, which is not actually going to accomplish anything.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't
especially
think
if it's
it's
wet.
worth the chase here. Like, you're just losing creeps.
Yeah, not only are you losing creeps, you did. Okay, Dawnbreaker is at least going to. Huh?
Oh yeah, it's for the Wisdom Rune.
Yeah. Dawnbreaker is at least going to be able to keep
Deny
it
it.
gone.
Deny it. Oh.
Take out the Wisdom Rune, so both the first set of Wisdom Runes go to the Cryptic
Dire's
lineup.
middle tower is under attack.
Mid is just two guys who don't care about each other at all. Both the two mid heroes are at the top of the last hits charts.
Dire's
Carp is
middle
coming
tower
out here
is
for a
under
kill
attack.
he is no way gonna get. Sooner would a camel pass through the eye of a needle than a gank by Timbersaw on Juggernaut actually work out. Sorry, bro. Not him. Really, you
Timber
would have
also-
been better advised to run that.
Timber has no way to defend his tower here.
Like, can you imagine if instead of this Monkey King, who's just gonna have a crappy lane and then get nothing done with his ult again? Well, I guess he's gonna have a better lane than he should here, anyway. Also, Jug just randomly died in bot lane for some reason, just went too far forward and too low of
Radiant's
HP.
middle tower is under attack.
But, both side lanes, somebody dies at the exact same time. Love to see that
There's-
synchronization.
There's level 6 on Wind now, I think, right? That's what I'm guessing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just imagine what a Jug could have done on this Cryptic lineup if they wanted to run that. Just, you know, so much of this team is just the magic damage. They're like, yeah, you got the Beastmaster, that sucks.
Dire's middle
But if
tower
you're already
has
spinning and he
fallen.
roars you, still don't take any damage from anything else they do anyway. So, you know.
I think Jug needs to be careful here. He can just get just like a Redux.
Yeah,
In
the
about
Witch
10
Doctor's
seconds.
not really close to him. That's got his raindrops. And Carp tipped auto.
Dire
I don't know why Carp tipped auto. Oh, because
So I
auto was invis, and he revealed his invis with a meteor hammer drop that missed.
Dire's top tower is
I
under
played with Otto earlier today, and he just went straight for the T2 with the Meteor Hammer. Because again, like, what's to stop him? Let's see if he
Well-
does that here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty tough to do in a game that looks like this. If Timbersaw decides that this is a course for a tag and he can just chalk him the wave over and over and not care, Cranberry's actually going to take another fall here.
Keep it PMA.
Really interesting. Again, I don't think Monkey King's lane should be going quite this well usually. Perhaps this is a bit of a... Oh.
It's
Perhaps
not,
this
it's
is
not
a bit of
going too well.
cockiness.
He's got 27 CS at 10 minutes.
That's true, but he's also got like 5 kills. Oh, he's got 4 kills and assists. Sorry.
So as the laning phase starts to break down here, what's the net worth look like?
Let's find out. He's in 4th place overall for net worth, which, again, for Monkey King versus Beastmaster, not somewhere you should be,
Radiant's middle tower
frankly.
is under attack.
Decent,
He's
yeah.
doing fine, yeah. He's doing about as well as Juggernaut, who, in contrast to the Monkey
Dire's
King, had a
structures are
completely
fortified.
fine lane. I mean, at least hypothetically.
Radiant's
And the
bottom
Windrunner
tower
sucks,
is
but the
under
Witch
attack.
Doctor takes care of her so well that it almost just doesn't suck anymore. Otto is gonna get bullied here by Cryptic. And Timbersaw is gonna go in and get bullied right back. As it turns out, this guy is not very tanky to magic damage. In fact, nothing on their team is inexplicably.
It feels like it was really poorly communicated. You know, if they wanted to make a play there against the 3 heroes, you want to just bring more heroes than them.
Yeah, I assume the idea is that Carp said, "Oh, this is a situation. They're not just gonna kill me. I can go in. I can throw the chakram around, do some damage, zip out. It's all good." It's not exactly how it turned out, though.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Fight bottom.
Kind of. King getting chased around and then cut to ribbons at bottom. It's really more like it. Oh, it's Courier! Nope. No civilian casualties today, thank God. Sand King, way at the top of the charts, is not worth 2k above the 2nd place. Has his meteor hammer and his travels already. And the good news is that even though this is going to make him a menace to towers, this doesn't really make him a menace to anything else. Maybe the guy who gets ulted by Beastmaster, that's it. Jug gonna spin on this lane. All day 1999 going to give Timbersaw another helpful reminder. He's really not all that tanky for magic damage right now. He is going to get saved by this set of raindrops. Is going to go down in its entirety, and somehow
Whoa,
a double
double
kill
kill
happens
map.
on bot. Okay, this is just going to be CM gets to do a load of ult CM gets to do a load of ult damage. They actually stay and play inside of the Monkey King's ult there. There's about one way that this Monkey King ult is going to actually kill anybody, and that is indeed that the enemy team literally just stands inside of it and doesn't move, so there you go.
I just noticed again, like if they had all 5 heroes down there when they killed the Sand King, they probably could have taken the bottom tower. And you know, objective gaming, right?
Well, I mean, they're taking the bottom tower anyway.
Nope.
They are going to pull on the rainbow of teepees here.
Does Sand King have his BOTs?
Yes, he does. Just mention that. Keep up, Gotham. And
Oh,
Timbersaw
I hardly pay attention to what you say, sorry.
Timbersaw is once again going to lose 79% of his HP bar and do nothing, but at least he lived that time.
I think that was another really good play by the Imagine Dagons. Teamwork, you know?
Knocked out the Beastmaster. Otto's going to Meteor Hammer the T1 bot out of existence for his team. Monkey King's got a Diffusal Blade. He doesn't even have an Echo Saber and he got a Diffusal Blade. That's how badly this team needs, like, CC or slows or anything like that. Oh boy. Alright.
Dire are scanning.
Looks like he contemplated Battle Fury for about 10 seconds there.
Gotham, my Monkey King bought Diffusal Blade before he bought Echo Saber. What world are we living in?
I mean, he is second on the net worth chart, so maybe he knows something we don't.
That's true. And this man was your captain in Season 13.
Was he? I don't remember.
Yeah, he
so
was.
long ago.
Gotham, how many times are you gonna say that this cast? Do you remember anything? Okay, who am I?
Radiant's bottom tower
Randy.
is under attack.
Alright. Oh, well, Crystal Maiden gonna take a ride on the I Am Dead Express. This Skywrath Mage is... Okay, good roar. See it, the Windrunner is coming back out here. But, I mean... Windrunner has, like, support net worth right now. She's not doing anything. Luckily, neither did the Juggle, really, because he's also kind of on the support net worth life. Oh, Cranberry Sprite, yeah, likely to die here. Has, in fact, already done so by the time I finished that sentence. Juggernaut is kind of in deep, but, like, they've already used all their cooldowns. Coffee Cat with the body block, so I like that.
Dire's bottom tower
Jug just wasted, or not Jug, just, I guess, yeah, Jug is wasting all of his time in a certain light, but I was going to say Timbersaw just wasting all of Jug's time. While he can't do anything about the sustained magic damage this team has yet, he can certainly take a lot of punishment from the right clicks of the Juggernaut once that ability is down. He is going for a Pipe of Insight here, even though he's a pause 2, and a lot of people will clutch their pearls and clutch their hearts and die seeing a pause 2 do that. I don't think it's a bad idea here, especially under the fact that Windrunner is not going to be able to do that at all, and Dawnbreaker could hypothetically do that, but she would have a Pipe of Insight at 97 minutes, which is slightly too late to have any impact on the game. It is sad that he has to do this, but it is what he gotta do.
I guess I wish
Goodbye,
by Dawnbreaker. I guess I wish he had gone Ags first. You know, like get a hood to start, or the cloak.
No, I don't.
Magic resistance.
No, I don't think you can do that and get away with it in this game, unless you like to see all your team die one hectosecond into a fight. Man, they're really bullying CM. I like Spaz, who is gonna die if he stands there. He's like, wait a minute, he just shadow amulets where he stands so CM can't kill him. kind of funny. Not smoking actually, they just have an invis rune out here in the jungle. Timbersaw is gonna eat an entire ult out of Autobahn Bismarck, and that's all it's gonna be needed to put him down.
You know, this whole time though, Monkey's been free to farm. I think this is, you know, decent space. Everybody seems to have forgotten about him.
That's true, but I mean, you're gonna forget about him by the end of the game too. This is a Monkey King in a game where there's no stuns on his team.
Wind Ranger will have Gleipnir.
There we go.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think
Keep an eye on that T2 by CM.
in my experience, 12,000 games in the Crusader rank. If I'm the monkey, I'm dead. And you go Echo Saber BKB. Like, it's just, there's so much magic being pumped out by the Radiant team.
Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Oh no, he actually canceled his Echo Saber! What the hell?
Wait,
this
what?
Is really weird. Maybe it's on his courier. And he's not just been building literally nothing this whole time. Maybe. Ooh. Bad news for Radiant guys all over the world right now.
It's just spiraling now. Tires just all over the map trying to get what they can, and... Oh.
No! Carp, that doesn't do anything! You literally could not possibly do anything against Jug doing that. Very surprised. I mean, I know I keep hammering it on this, but I'm really confident that the Dire would be ahead right now if they just had picked out the Jug, or at least Lifestealer instead of the Monkey King. Like, am I crazy? Is it not just so much better here?
Again, you know, Monkey was doing really good for the first 14 minutes of the game. So
yeah, that's true. He had a good lane phase, but like, imagine if he had a good lane phase and was playing a hero where he could do something with that. He had a relatively good lane phase. I mean, it still wasn't great, as he pointed out. He didn't really have many last hits. He was just spending the entire time having to brawl. But if you're spending the entire lane phase brawling and just getting fed, that's fine. Probably going to go down again. So is a Sculpture 3. It seems as the cumulative off lane has just completely fallen off the face of the earth. Windrunner is just a grand above the support line, in particular.
it's just death ball right now for the Radiant.
There's one person who can stand up to this whole thing, and it's mid Timbersaw.
Oh.
I mean, you even have like the anti-chemistry. We haven't seen it happen yet, but I mean, just imagine how mad is gonna be if a Chakram goes out and knocks him off the tree. This is a good way to start a fight, at least.
Nice combo, nice combo.
Yeah, but Map still dies. And the Windrunner is laid in and just dies. Carp didn't want a piece of this at all.
Cranberry with that pesky Aghanim Scepter.
Cryptic is going
Beauty
to
ults.
pop in, ult where they can't see him. Rod is going to tie a Maledict somewhere else because he's on a really bad pause 3 hero this game. I know people are really scared of this Windrunner, and I'm sure 70% of the reason that they ran it this game is because they didn't want auto on it, but I mean, as I stated back at the beginning, I really just don't like Windrunner at all in games with a lot of magic burst damage like this. Like, at this point, it's not even like all of it. It's like the Maledict plus the Skywrath ult, or even like the Maledict plus a Skywrath Q plus a Sand King Q, and that's it. That's all you need. Or God forbid a Maledict and a Meteor Hammer. I don't think that's happened yet, but I mean, even that's on the list. You know what I mean?
I do. If you're in the booth with this Dire team, how do you talk them back off this 13k net worth precipice to get them back in the game? What would you tell them to do?
I hope you're really looking forward to a better draft in the next game, is what I tell them.
Alright.
I think this is one of these situations. I think you do kind of have to accept. Oh god, Sand King got a Radiance. I think you do kind of have to accept this one is almost certainly not going to go your way at this point. You've just been so thoroughly outdrafted. I think their play started off well, but I think holes opened up. And I guess, again, it's not surprising this team is going to have coordination issues. Their original lineup had coordination issues, and they switched out a member. Like, of course things are not going to go great. That's obvious. I think everybody on the team knew you're going to have coordination issues like this. Drafting issue, you got to solve it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
That was a really nice
Dire's
ultimate from the
bottom
Witch
tower
Doctor
has
there.
fallen.
Yep. The good news with all this is that at the very least there's been a lot of good individual play on the Dire this team. And there have been certain moments where everybody is together and on the same page and it all comes out great. The problem is that those issues are few and far between. I actually think it's very similar to the issue your offlane has, Gotham, where you've got 5 good individual players. I don't think anybody after last season probably call any of these guys particularly bad. Maybe Meth. But
I mean, didn't Carp beat Peter mid?
yeah, nobody's going to call any of these guys bad by any stretch of the imagination. But the problem is, I just don't think these guys work well together. You're kind of seeing it here. And I don't think they work together so poorly they can't turn it around. And I think, you know, the same for Big Boy Space Cowboy as a microcosm on your team. I don't think these guys work together so poorly they can't turn it around. But certainly, a game like this is showing in quite full force that to be the case, and I think it's also showing maybe a weakness in playing reactively. You always want to play as proactively as you can, but the way the Dire lineup is running, it's like they aren't paying attention to what the enemy team is doing in the slightest, if that makes sense. From their pick phase to the way they're playing the game, it's like they don't understand, okay, this is just a funny Magic Burst team that's going to squish us in half a second if we don't have Piper BKB up. That's it, right? They're not really playing like they're respecting that.
They've got their pipe now, so
They do have the pipe at the very least.
let's see if that turns the tide in the next fight, and they can kill the Juggernaut twice somehow.
We do have the Heaven's Halberd on the Cranberry Sprite because he's tired of just getting solo gone on by this Monkey King and wants something to really put him away when he does that. Oof, Meth just barely whiffing with that dust.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Everybody waiting for the inevitable here. They're actually going to take a little trip pretty close to the enemy's lineup. A little hammered here. Carp just realized that this Pipe of Insight thing does indeed block magic damage. Sadly, he didn't realize that the magic wand also stops Maledict from doing damage, but you know, one step at a time. This is going to make him, like, orders harder to kill. This team has almost no right-click damage at this point. You know, Jug has this, but this still is not much.
I thought they would have put the Aegis on the Sand King, who would just jump in, but it looks like they're happy to just siege with the Meteor Hammer. See, forced him out. I make short work of him.
Well...
Oh, that was great.
Actually,
Good circles.
You get made short work of yourself. The lack of ability to keep the Radiant inside of the Dire circles means very little in the context of the Radiant has to walk into them.
This was really well executed by the Dire team. You know, they dropped all their circles on the ground. They win a team fight. What was that? 8K net worth change?
It was
5K?
about 5K, yeah. So,
I mean, we could be looking at a turnaround here. They can get their lanes pushed out.
I suppose hypothetically. I do think there is a problem in that scenario exists when these guys have to go uphill. That scenario exists because in going uphill, you have to play into their circles. You have to play into the Monkey King ult. There's nowhere else to go. Simple as that. You know, you can just, like, fake push up a lane, then pull out, go somewhere else, trying to bait out the ult, but you're trying to depend on the enemy making a mistake there. You can't completely rely on that. So to that end, I do think that was a more unique situation. And hopefully they realize that and they play around that. Account for it. Lots of items coming out here. I do notice there are now
we're gonna have a
3
dead
meteor
Dawnbreaker
hammers.
in a moment here.
Gotham, are you the captain of the Radiant team this game secretly? Because you've got meteor hammers on Beast, Sand King, and Skywrath now.
I mean, they don't have a lot of ways to stop the meteor hammers from being channeled.
Yeah, that's true. Not until the CMAX comes out. Which I'm sure will be out any minute now. Speaking of Aghanims, Otto von Bismarck has queued up a point booster, but I don't know what else he's got. Okay, he's got Octarine Core. Okay, that makes sense. I thought he for a second he might be going the rare Sand King Nullifier, which would be kind of funny. Here comes the first hammer.
Yeah.
Bonk.
Is under attack.
I don't feel like they really need a nullifier against this Wind Ranger.
No, yeah, the Windrunner is probably fine. As it is. We're gonna try and chase out the Beastmaster here. Though, the Windrunner ult immediately just gets halberded, and the Windrunner herself just immediately dies. Good reaction there by the Dawnbreaker towards the Witch Doctor ult. Is going to ensure... Okay, this is really good looking actually. Very good
Oh,
ult
nice meteor hammer.
on Dawnbreaker's part. Unfortunately, yeah, the Meteor Hammer just comes out. 5 for 1. That was such a sad situation because that is such a draft problem. Like, the Dire looked really good there. They were doing so well in the fight. The problem is that they're just so poorly optimized for what the enemy team brings to the table that when they got into it, they just kind of all died anyway.
They just got baited into fighting off their high ground.
I mean, I think it was a good fight as it stood. They basically had all the advantages of having high ground in that fight, aside from the initial lack of vision, basically. You know, if that had happened, that exact thing could happen at the T3, and they played very well in the fight. But the problem is that this time, there was no getting baited and using all your skills on Timbersaw immediately. This time the Maledicte got saved for the Monkey King, and so Monkey King immediately died. This time there was no, you know, Otto trying to initiate at a weird time. This time the stun got saved, the stun got used. They couldn't do anything about it. The Radiant had a small hole in their strategy. Got a little overconfident perhaps in their go on the uphill. They patched up the holes and suddenly the game looks really impossible as a result. This poor Dawnbreaker is playing like she has the magic immunity already. Very brave goes, don't get me wrong, but... Monkey King tries to ult, just gets yelled at.
Great roar.
The Windrunner is silenced again. My god.
So what worked this this game and what didn't work for the Dire?
I mean, I think this is a situation. I really liked a lot of Dire's play. I think this is going to be a reference to a team that you're not very familiar with, but Mr. Warcarp should be, because he was on that team. This reminds me a lot of the Season 13 Baladek team, Epstein didn't nerf himself, where it's like, I actually really liked a lot of the play on the part of the Dire. There was a lot of these fights where they came together really well, like the like a couple of their picks looked really good. The fight at the T3 at bot that actually managed to repel and turn around in a very impossible looking scenario, I thought there was really good. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of sparks there, right? The individual play comes out. Their laning was good as well, like especially the top lane. Like, I know Cryptic is Cryptic, but like there's absolutely in no reality should Monkey King have had a lane that looked that good. You know, Cranberry Sprite's not a Beastmaster like aficionado, but for what Beastmaster was losing out, they did play that really well. So there was all that. On the actual play and execution side of things, it was good. The problem here was the draft, and I think I think a part of it was chemistry. You did have the occasional guy is somewhere weird and dies, or fights start and not everyone's down for it. They did resolve that, it seemed like, through the game at the very least. But it really is, and you can even see it with how they decided to build. You know, Meth stopped building his Echo Saber to build a BKB and little Witchblade. Crystal Maiden had to immediately go for the Glimmer Cape, which isn't bad on her anyway, in fairness. It's like the way they picked and some of their early itemization, it's like they didn't respect the enemy team at all. It's like they had no idea what they were facing.
Mm-hmm.
Even through the actual draft, even when that became very apparent. And I think that really, like, the draft just killed them here. It was just. It was exactly the draft that the Radiant needed them to have. It's like. I hate to harp on this point, but sub Windrunner for something else, like, even something like Viper, even though he sucks in lane against the Jug, sub the Windrunner for even something like a Viper or the classic Rod of Primal Beast. Sub the Monkey King for the Juggernaut. Just steal that from them. And you really did just invalidate 4 of those picks. I mean, sure, you got the Skywrath Silence, but you can Manta that. And sure, you got the Beastmaster Spin, but as I said, if you get... Or Beastmaster Roar goes through Spin, but if you're already spinning, you're already going to get rid of so much of their damage. What are they going to have left? Like, something on Coffee Cat, who ended up being rather behind this game? I don't know.
Well, I'm hoping that the Imagine Dagons here can take some of the momentum that they had from those later fights and have a competitive second game.
Yeah, a competitive game too would be a distinct change from the games we've seen this week. We'll see what happens next time.